Hi, my Divine Money peeps. How are you today? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're happy. This is a very volatile time, crazy time right now. Everything's up in the air with the virus and everything going on. So, namaste to you. I send you tons of love and blessings and wish the very best for you and your family at this time. Today, I'm going to talk about our fourth concept on the phenomenal money goddess from the spirit perspective. And the section that I'm going to talk about is on the back, it's the money action. And that's one of the things I really love about these cards is that every one of the goddess cards gives you actual actions, money actions to take in order to heal this side of your relationship of money and this relationship within yourself. And so we're going to talk about that in this video. And the reason why money, in healing this relationship with your money, is so stinking important is because your relationship with money is directly related to your manifestation skills and abilities and outcomes and results. So when you have a good, healthy relationship with your money, it adds to that attraction value and adds to the magnetism of receiving the things that you're wanting in your life, specifically financial things, but also lifestyle things and basic needs, even sometimes. So, hi, I'm Beth Ann McMerrick. I am the founder and creator of Divine Money Mastery and Divine Money University. And this is where I bring together the elements of personal finance, business finance, money relationship, money concepts, and spirituality, and our spiritual knowing and our higher creative abilities in our spirituality. To bring about a whole new relationship around money, not just for ourselves individually, but for our whole planet as a collective. That money has been something that's been viewed negatively, fearfully, stressfully, and has been used to abuse and I'm plugging in my fan. It's been used to abuse and take advantage of with family members and cultures and individuals. But it's something that we can shift and create beautiful things with as well. A beautiful planet, a beautiful peace, a beautiful bit of harmony, not only within ourselves, but within our planet as well. So, the phenomenal money goddess spirit. This is why we talk about money and why I work with money is to bring about that peace of mind around money. So I'm going to read this piece, the money action. Trust in your divine spiritual self, who is always within you. Be confident in your decision making. Trust that your desires come from your heart and it comes from your divine spirit. You are perfect and beautiful in every way. And there's the key word in this is trust. Trust in your divine self. Trust in who you are. Right now, we're being called upon to connect in a higher way, that there's an awakening that's happening where people are starting to see what they really value the most, what's the most important to them. You're also given the time to actually get working on some of those things that you've been in your heart burning to do but haven't done because you've had to rush to work or rush to school or rush to do other things, but there's been this burning desire within you to create something more that serves the planet on a higher realm. And now is the time to really do that. And if you can focus in on those heart desires, on that divine mission, that divine passion that you have to bring into the world, if you can focus on that and work towards creating that in this world, that's what we get to do. That's what we get to do, because once this is over, there's going to be so many more people that are going to need our help, but it will be even after this is over, and next year and the year after and the year after, there's always going to be somebody who's going to need your divine guidance. It's going to need your divine service. It's going to need your divine support and creation through whatever it is that you're doing. So trust in that crazy stuff. I mean, I was an accountant. I'm doing 10 key. I never in the million worlds ever thought I'd be doing oracle cards and oracle reading and channeling and writing and things, especially since I can't spell. I never thought I would be doing this kind of stuff, but I just followed the path and the journey, and I followed that passion, that original spark passion that I had was wanting to see peace in homes. And the thing that I saw the most, because I came from a very abusive home as a child, and what I noticed that sparked that abuse more than anything was the fact that, because there was 8 of us and my parents didn't have the money to support us the way that they wanted to or that they could. And so there was a lot of abuse, and there was other things that were going on, but ultimately money has turned into, for so many families, into this thing of fear, and trauma, has caused trauma in our homes and in our families. And that's where this whole thing for me really sparked and has put me on this journey of healing this money relationship. So for you, what is it that you want to see shift in the world? Of what do you see? What has been your journey to now of skills that you've learned, or information that you've learned, or things that have just like kept pulling at you and nagging at you, and like, ooh, I want to grab it and learn it and just delve into it and teach it and help people, because there's always somebody behind you that's going to need the information that you have. So trust in that divine passion, that divine spirit that you have within you, and create the business, create the money, create the life that you truly, truly want. When we come from fear and we start judging ourselves, because, there's some kooky stuff that comes through my head too, and I'm thinking, what is going on? I'm right in the middle of writing my book, and what's interesting for me is that when the whole virus thing started kicking off, and we had just got suggested from the president to start self-quarantine, and actually, so it was actually March 14th. I'll never forget the day, because it was the day after Friday the 13th. So it was March 14th that all of a sudden, all of this work that I've been doing, and all these studies that I've been working on, and all this writing that I've been doing, it clicked. Like all of a sudden something just clicked, and I got it. And I got this connection that I'm super excited to talk about, and we'll be sharing more and more of as the days and weeks and years and months go by. But it feels so true to me and feels so right to me. And that's what you want in your heart, to feel like, oh, that's it. That's what I'm meant to be creating. That's what I'm going to be doing. So trust in those kooky ideas that come to you, and like, if it gives you an excitement, if it brings you joy, if it's like, ooh, sparks something in you, then follow that path, follow those breadcrumbs, and start doing the work. Now, I know we can't, build a building in one day, but what you can do is start doing two or three things every day towards creating this goal that you have, towards creating it. Part of it might be, first of all, to start building and healing the spiritual side of you. And this is one of the reasons why the spirit perspective, oh, it's over here, is her focus on this particular card, because we have disconnected ourselves from that spiritual side of us. We've put so many things in between our relationship with our higher self, and have made it, our culture has said, well, if you're not doing XYZ, you're not worthy of great things. And that's a bunch of BS-ky, in my opinion. So in building trust with yourself, and building your own path towards your finances, towards your abundance, is healing that spiritual side of you and start reconnecting with your higher self. So doing some meditation would be a great thing to do. meditating, and just meditate on you, meditate on your message, meditate on your higher self, meditate on how you can create abundance, or how you can serve the world through your gifts and through your talents. Meditation is a great way to start working out that spiritual side, that spiritual relationship you have with yourself. One other thing I wanted to mention and say is that what I think is really interesting is that I have been reading all kinds of, and I'm not sure why they're coming across my space, but it's been really interesting that I've been seeing different ads for different they're like, well, if you have these symptoms, and it was like, one was for foot cream, and one was for earwax, and one was for like garlic throat things, and then other just bizarre different kinds of things. And one of the symptoms that they keep bringing up, even on the foot cream one, which really surprised me, was if you've got ringing in your ears, then there's an issue with your feet, or there's an issue with your metabolism, or there's an issue with your throat, or there's an issue with this, or there's an issue with that. It's like this, like all of these medical medicines and all these other things out there are saying that the ringing in our ear is something to be frightened of, and we need to get medication to heal. And my experience has been that the ringing in the ears has been a transmission from my higher self. I mean, if you think about it, there's that movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and they're communicating at the very end with the Close Encounters and the actors, whatever their names are, the characters, and they're playing songs, they're playing tunes. There's a transmission, there's a communication with each other through lights and through these sounds. And that's ultimately what's happening, is because we're being called to a higher level now, and I know you are because you're here, that ringing in our ear is merely a download. It's a transmission. It's a combination. If you want to think of it like a zip drive, right? A zip drive on your computer. You've got tons and tons and tons of information, but it only takes up this amount of space on your computer. And then once you click that zip drive, it opens up and you get all of this information that you can put on your computer. And that's what these transmissions do. That's what this ringing in the ear does. It's like a zip drive being of knowledge and information that's being downloaded to you, that once something comes through, once something happens, like all of a sudden, like all this information comes out and you're going like, woohoo. And you may be experiencing a more, especially during this time, but if you're not listening to them, if you're fearing them, and if you're like trying to ignore them, and if you're trying to be like, oh, I need to do something about this, and you're resisting it, you're probably getting a backlog of zip files that need to be cleared out. So what I would suggest is you start writing. Start writing about your passion. Start writing about what's been burning in your heart. Start writing about those skills. Start writing about that pain, that root pain that you've experienced, that you want to see shifted in this world. And, have a conversation with yourself. Why is this important? Should I be doing this? What's happening with this? What do I need to do for this? And start asking yourself these questions in your writing, and those zip drives will open up. And you'll go, start writing. Don't stop, just keep writing. And you'll go, whoa, where did that come from? I swear, it's so funny because I've been writing for quite a few years now. And like I said, now that it kind of clicked in, I'm like, holy cow, and I'm pulling all these things together, and it's finally all lining up, and like I've had all these puzzle pieces going on that didn't know exactly where they fit, and I'm seeing them fit now. And what's interesting to see is like sometimes my handwriting is different, or sometimes the way I spell things are different, and I'm like, I wonder who was helping me with that particular download, or what was, yeah. Anyway, it's a fun, kind of exciting little thing too at the same time. But don't give up. Keep moving forward. It is definitely difficult to face our biggest fears. It's difficult to create things, to do things, to manifest things, if we don't have a beautiful relationship with our money. And that's the main thing. That's why money is so important, because money penetrates into our heart, and it is directly related to our manifestation abilities and skills. And that's why The Secret didn't work. The Secret was like, yes, it's a secret. But it was more visual. It was like creating a vision board and like, think about it. But because we still held a deeper level of not being worthy or not being capable, or like doubting our ideas, or doubting what we think is important, then all of a sudden that creation, or that abundance didn't happen, because we resisted it. We pushed it away. We rejected it. And so that's why it's super important for you to just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Doing 2 or 3 things every day to get towards that goal, towards that business, towards that book, that writing, whatever it is that you're doing. Do that a couple of times. Do a couple, 2 or 3 things every day until you get there. And it eventually all comes together. It does take some time, but it's so worth it. Like, it's so worth it to be able to have that peace of mind, knowing that the money's there for you, the resources are there for you, you're cared for, you're taken care of, and you're serving the world at a whole nother level. And that's what I love about everything that I do, is that I get to support me and I get to support you through the work that I do. And I love it. And it just fills my heart with joy, gives me tingles and goosebumps. And I'm like, ooh, this is the best life ever. I love it. So I wish that very much for you as well. Phenomenal Money Goddess Spirit. Trust in you. Trust in that divine spirit. Trust in that crazy idea that you have, and know that you are perfect and worthy for everything that you're wanting. That even though you don't know some of the skills, you're going to learn them. It'll come. You will get supported. You will be cared for and supported in creating and understanding how to do those things. But you have to take the action. We can't go and create something and think, oh, well, what's step 25 if we're not even willing to do step 1 and 2? So that's why it's important to listen to ourselves and follow these journeys, follow this breadcrumb, listen to what our action steps are for us, and do them. So then once you do 2 and 3, step 1, 2, and 3, then you're going to get step 4, 5, and 6. Then you'll get 5, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, that's how it's going to go. It's not going to be like, yes, here's step 1, and now here's step 25. We have to take those first couple of steps. We have to take those steps in order to get the next set of steps. So anyway, I think that's it. Phenomenal Money Goddess Spirit. Trust in you. Trust in your ideas. Create something magical. Create the life that you want. Manifest the money, the lifestyle, the education, the knowledge, the skills, the service, the love. Manifest it the way you want. Trust in it. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me on part 4. Part 1, 2, and 3 are on my Facebook page. Also on my YouTube channel of Divine Money Mastery. You can see all the other videos I've been doing this year. Next week, we'll start with a new card. And I'm excited to see what that one's going to be. I pulled it, but I don't remember what it is at this moment. I'm going to be doing a new moon podcast tonight. I do a new moon podcast every new moon. And that is on my website as well, Divine Money Mastery. And it's the Spirit of Money podcast. So I do a collective consciousness readings. I pull some cards and then do a reading for the consciousness. This month it is, when did I shut my voice down? And how do I get it going again, basically. So I'm excited to do that reading. I'll be doing that a little bit later this evening, and I'll post it here. Anyway, I'd love to hear any comments, questions, thoughts. Please leave a comment and let me know what your idea is of creation, or if you have any questions or anything, I'd be happy to respond and talk back to you. But thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week on Divine Money Mastery. Peace out. Peace in. Peace in.